Coverage you can count on. This is Channel 3 Eyewitness News, live at 5.
A search by land and by air for a suspect and clues in a double murder. We have the latest. Tears shed for a fallen colleague.
May this department never forget his sacrifice.
The community gathers to remember the life of Officer Justin Maples. Changes are ahead for a poultry processing plant in Chattanooga. It's putting dozens of people out of work. And a Grundy County soldier killed fighting for our country is honored by the governor. Live at 5 starts now.
With coverage you can count on, this is Channel 3 Eyewitness News, live at 5.
Good afternoon. I'm Cindy Sexton.
And I'm Greg Glover in for David Carroll. Now to a developing story in North Georgia where a manhunt is underway for a suspect in a double murder in the Dawnville Road area. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Gordon Boyd joins us live from Whitfield County with the latest. Gordon.
Greg, coming up on 10 hours into the investigation, a lone deputy stands watch here to secure the scene. Moments ago, they removed a Hummer from the garage, presumably to view it and process it for evidence. Investigators say they want to talk to every family member they possibly can, but the closest relatives say there's only one man they need to look for, a man who otherwise would be here for the survivor they say is hurting the most, his 9-year-old daughter.
I asked her, I says, yeah, I'll help you. I said, what's wrong? And she said, I can't find my mom and dad, and said my papa's dead on the floor.
Wayne Warnock would walk a crying 9-year-old Maddie Neal back to her house on Green Springs, but wouldn't go inside until his 911 call brought ambulance crews and deputies.
I pushed the door open, I could see the gentleman laying there on the floor.
We have the elderly gentleman located in the kitchen area, and the white female is located in the pool house.
It's a tremendous amount of blood, but I couldn't tell if he was, what his injuries were.
Family members confirm he's Maddie's great-grandfather, Donald Shedd. The woman, her mother, 27-year-old Jessica Miller Neal, co-owner of the Dazzle Tanning and Clothing Boutique in Dalton. Missing her father, Jessica's husband, Adolph Sonny Neal.
We do have a possible weapon that I'll identify as that right now, but it's been undetermined the exact cause of death. We really haven't identified a suspect. We have a person of interest.
But Sheriff Chitwood won't say who. 4 hours into it, a state patrol helicopter covers the skies. Tracking dogs hit the woods, and that draws the neighbors.
I want to make sure everything's safe. So my niece is with the kids. They're asleep at nap time, but she's with them, and I want to come out and make sure that there's not somebody dangerous out here.
Sheriff Chitwood believes all the cars are accounted for.
Did the suspect leave on foot? Did he get another ride?
Friends and family are in by mid-afternoon. Jessica's father saying that she and Sonny's marriage was troubled, that she was planning a divorce. They and police believe Sonny's stepfather heard nothing. Wayne Warnock can't believe any of it. His thoughts turn to Maddie.
I'm sad. I'm sorry for her, yeah. She was really hurt.
Maddie Neal is in custody of family members tonight. Investigators believe that Jessica Neal last talked to some family member about 11 o'clock last night, which gives them about an 8-hour window from that to when the bodies were found, a window they hope a medical examiner can narrow as they try to catch a killer. Live in Whitfield County, Gordon Boyd, Channel 3. Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Gordon. If there are any new developments in this case during the newscast, we'll be sure to let you know immediately on air and online at WRCBTV.com. We'll have a full update then on Eyewitness News at 6. We also have developing news in downtown Chattanooga. Chestnut Street near the Doubletree Hotel was shut down due to a reported chlorine leak. At least 3 people have been taken to the hospital because of exposure. We'll keep you posted on this developing story at the Doubletree Hotel as well.
A final farewell today for a Cleveland police officer who died in the line of duty. Officer Justin Maples was responding to a call for assistance Sunday night when he crashed his patrol car on South Lee Highway. Today, his family, friends, fellow officers, and the community gathered to remember Maples' life and to salute him as he was carried to his final resting place. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Matt Barber was there as the community paid tribute. Matt?
Well, Cindy, it was a large outpouring of love and support as the Cleveland community filled the First Baptist Church to pay their final respects to Officer Maples and his family. His loved ones and co-workers say he'll be remembered for making the ultimate sacrifice, but his devotion to family and community speaks volumes about the man he truly was. Fellow officers stood at attention as pallbearers carried the body of Officer Justin Maples into First Baptist Church. Once inside, his wife Danielle explaining to their 5-year-old son Jace, everyone was there to honor his dad.
Jesus says there's no greater love than a man who lays down his life for his friends.
Which is why Maples is being remembered, but those closest to him say there was much more beyond the badge.
We've gathered not to say goodbye to, but to celebrate the life of a son, a brother, a husband, a father, a friend, and one of the finest police officers that Cleveland has ever had the privilege of knowing.
35-year-old Maples was president of the Cleveland Fraternal Order of Police and a member of the Cleveland SWAT team. He was also a 5th-degree black belt in jiu-jitsu. He was attending Bethel University to further his education and had just been accepted to join the Air National Guard.
No chief ever plans, imagines, or likes to think about burying one of the guys on his team.
But most importantly, Chief Snyder says, Maples was devoted to his family and a true man of God.
This past Sunday, May the 20th of 2012, Justin began his day by taking his family to church.
Saying he admires Maples for his great faith and hopes all others, including his family, friends, and community, can take some comfort knowing he is surrounded by amazing grace. Now, Maples' wife Danielle accepted the Purple Heart Award from the Bradley County Sheriff's Office on her husband's behalf. The organization Cleveland 100, which provides financial assistance to the loved ones of emergency personnel, plans on giving each of Maples' sons scholarships to attend college. Live in the studio, I'm Matt Barber, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Matt. The route to Officer Maples' gravesite was lined with people paying their respects. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Jonquil Newland was along the processional route and joins us now live in the studio with more. Quite a moving scene, Jonquil.
Cindy, that it was. Everything about the procession was executed with class and dignity down to the last detail. Cleveland residents say they didn't expect anything less. Troopers with the North Carolina State Highway Patrol Caisson unit prepare their horses to carry Officer Justin Maples to his final resting place.
And we just hope we can give back not only to the family but the department and the community a little part of honor to Officer Maples. And we sort of consider this taking him home.
Hundreds line the streets of downtown Cleveland and wait for the procession. They may not know him, but to them, Maples is a hero.
They put their life on the line for us every single day, so I just wanted to be here and show my respect.
Our hearts are full of sadness, but they protect us.
Soon you can hear the roar of the motorcycles. Officers carefully remove the casket and place it onto the caisson. The procession slowly moves to the Hillcrest Memorial Gardens. Dozens of law enforcement officers from across the state have come to pay their respect and say their final farewell to Officer Maples. His wife, overcome with emotion, watches as doves are released, a symbol of those lost before him. And just a note, 2 of the horses in the caisson unit also drew the caisson that carried President Ronald Reagan to his final resting place. Live in the studio, Jonquil Newland, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Jonquil. Officer Maples is the first Cleveland police officer to die in the line of duty since 1955. We have more on him and the funeral services today at WRCBTV.com.
Nearly 100 workers at a Chattanooga plant will soon be out of a job. 85 employees at Pilgrim's Pride received notices about the company's plans this morning. A Pilgrim's Pride spokesperson says the layoffs are due to changes in processing that will create greater efficiency across the supply chain. The company is offering unemployment help to the affected workers. They say some of them could be recalled to work once other positions are vacated.
Local, state, and federal authorities are rounding up some of the city's most wanted fugitives. It's part of a 2-day effort. Chattanooga police invited our camera along as they knocked on doors and took several suspects into custody. Many of the fugitives were already on probation or parole. Dozens of people are expected to be put behind bars during this effort, and we have much more on this story coming up on Live at 5:30.
There's been another arrest following the murder of a Chattanooga police sergeant last April. Prosecutors say Jesse Matthews shot and killed Sergeant Tim Chapin during the robbery of a Brainerd Road pawn shop. This week, federal agents arrested an Ottawa man whom they say sold weapons to Matthews prior to the shooting. Kevin Dawson is accused of dealing firearms without a federal license and transfer or possession of a machine gun. He could face 10 years in prison for each of the charges. Dawson, who has no criminal history, was released on bond. He's scheduled to be in court next month.
A Grundy County man was among 7 soldiers killed in action, honored in Tennessee today. Governor Bill Haslam and his wife joined military officials paying tribute to Specialist Marvin Phillips of Palmer. He died in a helicopter crash in Vietnam in 1966, but his remains were not recovered until 2010. It was last year before Specialist Phillips was positively identified. His family was finally able to lay him to rest last September. Today at the state capitol, Phillips' brother accepted a memorial presentation on his behalf.
We all know that family history is important when it comes to our health, but for one Bradley County family, it's definitely a matter of life and death. I'll show you how kidney disease has hit them hard and what they're doing to fight it in my Eye on Health report.
Well, it's getting warmer. It isn't hot yet, but it is getting warmer. It will be hot over the weekend. I'll tell you how hot coming up on my 7-day forecast.